Hey everybody, it's Andy from the SA Survival. Just want to give you an update of what we're doing. Basically, we're going to try to get out as much as possible. We've been rigging the off-road trailer. As you can see, we're with the Tracer. This is the 28.5 foot trailer. This is our Glamper. But come sort of late fall right through to April, we use this trailer because we can move around it a little bit easier. Bella, she gets wet, she can have room to move around and we can dry her. And yeah, it's a bit more luxury. There's a furnace on it and everything else. The Oasis, we've been rigging Oasis up. I've used her a couple of times already. And our plan is to do a couple more small events and then we're dragging her all the way to Alaska. Now, what is the plan? The plan is we've been researching forever. 3 years to get this thing to go. Excuse me. So now what we're trying to do is fix all the problems that we think might happen. This is one of those dreaded, let's go, I don't know if we can go, what if. Well, we've done the what ifs. We've got the milepost, the Bible of the road. We've fixed that. We've looked at that, we know a plan. We've been going back and forth. The original plan was to go from Vancouver, Dawson Creek, hit mile 0 of the Alcan Highway. From there up to Liard Hot Springs, I think it's Watson Lake, then off to Dawson City. Dawson City, top of the world highway, into Tok to Fairbanks, Fairbanks to Prudhoe Bay. Prudhoe Bay back down to Fairbanks, turn right or go west, down to Denali Park, into Anchorage, Homer, Seward, Kenai Peninsula, then figure out if we were going to take a ferry over to Valdez or drive the loop. Now that becomes a bit pricey. I mean, it sounds great, you know, 4-hour cruise up the channel. Sounds like you got an hour of boarding and an hour of disembarkation with the ferry. So we're looking at the cost of that over the amount of fuel, and yes, we do have some extra time, but we're like, what's going to be better? I mean, they both sound spectacular, but we haven't figured that out. Haines Junction, and then home to, well, Yellowknife, and then down to Vancouver. It's a 3-week trip. Speculation 8 to 10,000 kilometers. It's going to be huge and epic for us. Then we had a spanner in the works, as I would say, a wrench in the works. Yes, what else could we do? Well, 2017 in November, they opened the road to Tuktoyaktuk. So now, Sandra's brother has said that he's going to go to Tuktoyaktuk. Not that we've infringed on his trip or we've asked him to join us or anything like that. That has not been sort of finalized yet. We don't know what we're going to do. But it put another sort of thought in our brains, a seed to be planted. Do we, instead of driving to Prudhoe Bay, paying $70, get on a bus to go to the Arctic Ocean? Do we stay in Canada, drive to Tuktoyaktuk, and then go to the Arctic Ocean for free? There's some spin-offs because I think there's a bit of a tour in Tuk, which sounds interesting, and I think I'd like to, you know, repay some of the gratitude of us being allowed to go into Tuktoyaktuk, into the Northwest Territories, and you know, see what that's all about. So we're not sure yet. We'll know when we get to Dawson City. Dawson City, oh, gotta do it. Gonna kiss the toe. We're gonna do that, get a certificate for that. But then that's, what do we do? Do we venture down 40k, head east, Tuktoyaktuk, or do we head north and then over the river, head west and go off towards Fairbanks? Those are stuff that we have not finalized. What have we been doing to Oasis? Oasis got a new hitch. There was a video coming up about that. We've been sorting out all the kitchenware. Can we line it down? Sorting out the bedding. How can we put stuff in? We've added a shower, as you've seen. We've got a shower stroke bathroom stroke change room for whatever we need, instead of having to make a pop-up tent and all that sort of thing. We're going to bring her out and unwinterize her, make sure that she is ready to go with water on board and all of that stuff, and the pumps work and everything. propane, make sure that's all working. Debating whether we take the potbelly stove or not, because we have the annex. If it gets windy, we want to have a place of shelter. If it rains, we want to have, you know, some sort of heat. We got buddy heater, we got small cans of propane, which I've already done a video on how to reload those, so we'll take a couple of those. We may take an 8-pound propane tank along with the 10-pound propane tank. But yeah, tires, she's got tires. The spare wheel got modified because the center of gravity was too high. I was just afraid of it just breaking and something not right. No matter how we look at that drive to Prudhoe Bay or the drive to Tuktoyaktuk, it's about 1,000 kilometers each way. 2,000 kilometers, 3 days. That's sort of the ballpark just for that segment. So, you know, there's a lot to think about. I wasn't going to get new tires for Fred, but everybody's saying you're supposed to take 2 spares with you. I don't have room for 2 spares, so we are going to now upgrade the stock Hankook tires. Not sure yet if it's going to be BF Goodrich KO2s or General Tire Grabber ATXs, and the ATXs would be good in a D rate because they would match the Oasis trailer. Now, I don't know. That's stuff that's in the works. We've upgraded some camera technology. We've got the drone, so we can do some sightseeing. We've got the, you know, the famous iPhone 8, the iPhone 5 SE. I've got now a new Sony, which is what you're being shown right now on, the Sony D6400, and we have a Mavic Air drone. So we got a lot of photography stuff that we can charge up and keep us going on this road. It's going to be interesting. Sandra's pumped, I'm pumped. It's just a matter of now getting all the gear in there. You've seen the video on the electric chainsaw by Milwaukee. We got an electric air compressor by Milwaukee. I also have my plug-in air compressor, so that's just going to aid some speed. Sandra can deal with the portable one, where I deal with the main plug-in one. So it's all coming together. So stay tuned for our departure, which is sort of set for July. Now, obviously we're not going to edit and post whilst on the road, but we are going to post photographs. So if you want to follow us, rather than, I don't think you can follow us on Instagram, but Instagram, I don't know. I'm not a big social media guy. The YouTube thing I like a lot, but it's getting on with all the other platforms and keep posting all that stuff. It's just, we're not true digital nomads. We're just getting into all of that videography and stuff. So it may just be on YouTube. So please stay tuned and keep your eyes open for these videos in 2019, and Sandra, Bella and myself's trips up to Alaska for one, and anywhere else we were going to go between now and the end of this year. Survive to be alive.